Hi everybody, sanibonani, welcome to my channel. Igama lami Ntando Mdletshe, and on this channel siyaye sibuka ama reality shows ethu ala eMzansi bese siza la sokhuluma ngawo lama shows, senza ama reviews ama recaps. Siyaphinda ke futhi sikhulume ngama celebrities kanye nama YouTubers ethu ala eMzansi. If it's your first time joining me today and you really like my content, please press the subscribe button la ngezansi kanye ne notification bell ukuze phela uthole umyalezo mangabe umsebenzi omusha sesiwufakile. You guys listen, okay? I've been watching season 1 of Real Housewives of Durban, of course, and there's a lot of things that I'm remembering and I'm seeing that I'm like, ha, konje kwake kwaba nje. Once upon a time. Guys, I am so fascinated by obsession. Nonku's obsession with Ayanda, you guys. This is the situation. Think about it as a woman. This is the situation. You are in a relationship with somebody. You break up for whatever reason. People break up all the time, or you take a break. He has a child with someone else, and then you decide you're going to come back together, and then they break up. Well, like, that's the story, you guys. You never know, but because men could have lied and said they broke up. They break up, and then you come back together. You continue with the relationship. You get married. You have kids together. But there is a story, so that when you had broken up, these people had a child together. Obviously, as a wife, not really. It's not your place to find out how are they going to co-parent between the two of them. You know, your husband is supposed to be the one that is active in that relationship. So fine, okay, you get married, you continue with the life, you have kids, and you know that the child exists. Once in a while the child comes and visits you, and then they go, and then you never know what happens, and your husband is not so active in finding out what happens with the child, for the child to come and visit you guys and all of that. Okay, then he passes away. You have your own children now, which is what Ayanda has. Ayanda has her own 2 sons. Nonku has her daughter. Now Nonku starts wanting a relationship now between her daughter and not just the kids, but you as a mom now. Almost like you are responsible to make sure that the relationship between your kids and her kids happen. When your husband was around, those efforts were not made, you know. I don't understand it, you guys. If I lost my husband today, I'm focusing on raising my kids, okay? If you are out there with a kid, when he has passed, focus on your kid too. Like, I understand her desire to want ingane yakho Nonku to connect with her siblings, but I do not understand why she is pushing for it now that uSifiso Ncwane is no longer around. Why didn't they work on that relationship while he was still alive? Why didn't she push for if she is pushing now, why didn't she push at the time when Sifiso was still around? It's like now Ayanda has to be so accommodating to the existence of Nonku and her child, when that thing was not pushed so much on Usifiso when Sifiso was around. You know, I don't know, guys. Like, men can leave us in a mess, you guys. And also there is a thing yokuthi uNonku, the story is when Ayanda was with Usifiso, they were not with uNonku. The only time that uNonku and Usifiso were together was when Ayanda and Sifiso were broken up. So there was never a time where baby banga kona indoda, according to what they say, you guys. But there is an attitude about uNonku that makes you feel like it's almost like she's jealous of Ayanda, like Ayanda was the one that was chosen and she wasn't chosen, and ingati yamdina leyo nto. But how is it Ayanda's fault that a man ended up marrying her instead of you? You know, I don't know why. It just feels to me like uNonku is so obsessed with Ayanda when she should have been obsessed with uSifiso Ncwane when Sifiso Ncwane was alive, you guys. But Ayanda, I think she is trying to be accommodating to uNonku, especially to uLokuzana, uNothile, you guys. And there is something that Upupo said at some point, guys, you have to remember that when uSifiso died, Ayanda also became a single mother. It's like the other mothers of Sfiso's kids expect to Ayanda now to be a father to their kids when she's also a single mom that is supposed to take care of her own kids. I feel like she is as welcoming as she can possibly be to Inganega Nonku, but I feel like Nonku expects too much from Ayanda when she did not herself make an effort to go to Ingane yakhe ibe in the family when Usfiso was around. But at the same time, I do understand someone else might argue and say, but it wasn't Nonku's responsibility to make sure that Unotile is integrated into family Sfiso. It was Sfiso's responsibility. And then I would respond and say, but then it's not Ayanda's responsibility too. Why do we have to put that on a woman? You know, we would say, now your husband is passed, now you must take care of all of these kids. You must make sure that the siblings meet all of their siblings and all of that. When these people, when they were in a relationship, because there is, I was watching episode 2 when she even says Nonku ukuthi she had, when Usfiso passed, she called his cell phone, and I'm like, you even had his number when he on the time that he was passing, you had his number, which means that you could have called him at any time and arranged for him to spend time with his girl, or forced him to the things that you are forcing Ayanda to do now to accommodate Unotile. You could have done that when he was alive. You did not do those things when he was alive, but now you expect Ayanda now to do those. It just doesn't make sense to me. I don't understand her obsession with Ayanda. I feel like the common thing to them was Usfiso has passed, now let Ayanda be, you know. If I know not till Kulile manje, if Unotile wants to go visit her siblings, she can say she wants to go visit her siblings. I don't know why she wants, and also she wants answers. Imagine your husband has passed, guys, and someone comes and says, "Oh, I used to love him so much. How did he pass? I want to know how he passed. What happened? I want closure." How are you wanting closure on my husband's passing? How are you wanting closure on my husband's passing? Guys, I know, guys, you must go and watch season 1. That's buya lapayan. That's anyway, you guys, I am still going to review the full episode 2 and episode 3 of Real Housewives of Durban season 1, because I am reviewing it just because Bravo is showing the season 1 right now, so Americans are watching season 1, so I will continue reviewing the show. But I just wanted to talk about this issue, because why was Nonku so obsessed with Ayanda? Why? Leave that woman alone. Anyway, you guys, thank you so much for watching this video. Please like it before Pumegiona. Share it with your friends, with your family, and even with strangers in Ntando.